We told you that 25 years ago, Katanga was falsely reported destroyed. In 2175, Siegson had moved it to the Mid-Rim. 2 years later, the colony it serviced was overrun by xenomorphs. Survivors fled to Katanga, where the infestation spread. Colonial Marines responded to their distress call. It was a Marine who claimed Katanga was scuttled. A senior staff officer on site conspired to hand the young hive over to Wayland Yutani. Sadly, yes. General Delilah Van, one of the conspirators responsible for the Frontier War in 2184. Before her disgrace, she rose to Assistant Commandant of the Corps. Colonial Marine officers conspired with Wayland Yutani executives to provoke a war between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples. The generals wanted a decisive war after decades of proxy conflicts and containment. Wayland Yutani merely wanted to drive arms sales. The Colonial Protection Act was passed to prevent such things from happening again, and Commissars was initially formed to monitor outside influences on the Corps. There were no reported sightings, not in any star system visited by humans, and not recorded by any vessel in transit. Most likely, Wayland Yutani moved Katanga to a location in deep space, far off the shipping lanes. They used it as an ant farm to breed experimental stock. When the company wanted to accelerate their experiments at Paula Station, they moved it here. Siegson reported something unusual on the far side of the planet from their settlement. It became the focus of the entire colony's efforts. The xenomorph outbreak began at that remote site and spread back to the main complex. The colonists ultimately abandoned the surface and fled to Katanga. Some evacuees proved to be infected and the infestation flared up again. There was discord among the survivors, unspecified personal grievances. A few deaths were involved. Forgive us if we don't identify the system. It's classified. The planet has suffered a global extinction event around 80 years previous. It was nearly devoid of animal life. Biomes had begun to collapse for lack of pollination. Acidic soil and water were spreading, and the atmosphere was growing over-oxygenated, which made it perfect for the massive rotation of Earth livestock. Judging by the embryo gene lines in their cargo manifests, the colony hoped to become known for its steaks. If you wish to review, we're always available. No need to warn us ahead of time. We have your schedule.
Now officially on search and rescue. Blue Team made it through Katanga's last security since, but once they reached the Xeno Hive, they dropped out of radio contact. You're going in to find them.
Look, flares on the deck. Follow them. Molina's blue Fireteam passed this way. They could come from any direction. So, be paranoid. If you see something, shoot something. Grab our tags.
Rearming. Position report. Position report.
Descanse en paz.
See this?
Still two out there.
Hey, check this.
Clear. Keep moving.
Grabbing ammo.
Agent's
Grabbing
here.
ammo.
Agent's here.
Door's welded. Cut it. We know Blue Fireteam went this way.
I'll cut.
Hear that?
Listen.
Strong signals from below.
New signal. Watch its attacks.
Sentry deployed.
Movement on the walls.
Sentry's ready to go.
Blue team, if you copy, squawk your PDT. Don't linger in there. Move. Fuck off already. Clear. S, you got anything?
Katanga's critical systems are on the lower decks. If the Blue Fireteam continued to pursue their objective, they would have laid below.
They're coming down the wall. Keep on them.
The console nearby is active. Please patch me in.
Damn it! Rearm. Catching up. Nice! An aid kit. Sentry's ready to go. Somebody take the gear. Aid kit's here. Sentry deployed.
Accessing. Stand by.
Sentry deployed. Cover Esther's hack! Sentry deployed. Big one coming in! Grabbing ammo.
Rearming.
Analysis complete. Blue team used this console to disable the capacitor safeties.
They're still in the fight. They'd be headed to the core lift next. Xeno's closing! Blue Fireteam, are you out there?
Sentry's ready to go.
One door's welded. Blue team went that way. Cut it. I'll cut it. Xeno's behind!
deployed.
PDT.
Molina, we hear you. We're close.
One clip. Hot. Bit of blood.
Hang on, Molina. We're coming.
Reverend Brzezinski. Dios te guarde.
Molina's close.
They're coming.
All ass, go, go!
I have a return on the final PDT. It is in that room.
Grabbing ammo.
Grabbing ammo.
Grabbing ammo.
Check this out.
So close.
Get eyes on this.
One fucking hallway. Overhead! Sentry deployed. Below! Fuck these guys up! They called in a Pretorian! Hoorah, asshole!
Rearming.
¡Vete a la mierda! Patching up. Discard! Fireteam, we got updated orders.
Hey,
With
check
Blue
this.
Team down, we're taking over point on this op. We're going to scuttle this fucking shitbox. You put the core in an override loop. That means going all the way to the bottom, the heart of the nest.
Somebody printed a Hyperdyne Systems weapon brochure. On paper. Hyperdyne's whole damn business is based on virtual sales. They don't manufacture anything. They sell licenses for fabrication blueprints and ballistics software. When you order, they send a bunch of files over Hyperpulse. You load them into your own fabricator and hit print. Look, I know Hyperdyne is technically the enemy. They design small arms for the Union of Progressive Peoples. But they know how to run a business. Few colonies in the Hyades had heavy industry, and they were short on freighters. But every outpost had general-purpose commercial fabricators. Hyperdyne knows where the wind's blowing. That's how they survived as a UPP state enterprise when other Hyades megacorps got nationalized.
Hey, I'm hearing scuttlebutt around the squad bay. Talk that maybe Colonel Ship took this too far. We could have quarantined Katanga, right? Called in more ships? Listen, the Colonel knows about everything people know about Xenos. How they react, how their guts work. She knew that before she joined the Corps. When she was a teenager, she survived a Xeno outbreak. Little outlier colony. You would never heard of it. One thing she'll always hold to. Gotta kill them fast. The longer you wait, the more chance they got to spread. I don't know all the details, and you know what? It ain't my place to ask, but I do know she got a twin sister, Viola. Also, the ship went into a goddamn hive to rescue her. That's how she learned some of the shit she know about Xenos, watching close range from inside. Maybe, but by the time a battle group got here, Wayland Yutani would have their people in system. Executives and dog catcher teams, mercenaries and lawyers. They find something to cite that the Colonel don't got authority to override, Colonial Protection Act or not. Then they swagger aboard Katanga or land on LV-895 and fuck it all up real good. Xenos find ways. They hide, go where humans can't. Tight spaces, vacuum, deep cold. Wait for their chance. Come when you ain't looking. And don't expect them. But just don't go bringing it up with herself. Tu sabe? Colonels ain't in the habit of explaining themselves to grunts. Yo, it's just between you and me.